All right, Dr. Kyle here with Movement Mentor. Today we're going to be going over the #1 stretch for your QL, aka quadratus lumborum. Now this guy gives you plenty of issues down the low back and can actually be the #1 source of low back pain for many. So learn how to do this, do it, fix it, do it again, and do it some more. So the QL, quadratus lumborum, we have to figure out what is this muscle.
80% of the time I have no idea what the I'm talking about.
Okay, so this muscle, I'm going to show you up on here, up on the board, so we can zoom in a little bit. This guy, so this is looking at the belly button, and it's number 11 right here, back behind there. So it attaches, and as you look at that, I'm going to grab the spine, but it attaches to your 12th rib and your lumbar, so your low back bones, okay? So we can look right here. Now this guy, we're not gonna look at this. This is not it, okay? This is one of your hip flexors, but it'll attach, your QL will attach to the 12th rib, which is going to be up around here. So this is your low back, your lumbar. But it'll attach to the 12th rib and the transverse process of these lumbar here. And then it'll attach down to the iliac crest, okay, which is this guy. So it goes from here to here, but it sits deep. Now it can give you a lot of referrals of pain, and it can mimic other issues that are going on. So with the QL, sometimes you can have discomfort in the abdomen. You can have discomfort, of course, in the low back region, but it can even go down into the hip and into the buttock region, okay? So it can mimic a lot of other things that are going on. So this #1 stretch that I'm going to show you not only takes care of it and starts elongating it, but it also helps to activate and build strength in that muscle too. Because this muscle, first, a lot of times we have to figure out why is it causing us issues in the first place. And usually it's because it's overuse. Overuse because it helps a lot with the stability of your low back. Meaning if you do not have proper pelvic or core stability, this muscle is being overworked and it's being dependent on too much to protect the low back from going out of alignment, okay?
How do you like them apples?
Now, this muscle itself helps with lateral flexion of the low back, helps with extension, but the most important, it helps with frontal plane stability. Okay, what does that mean? That means when I'm walking, as I use my right glute to push off, to stabilize this hip, my left side, so I'll show you from here, if I'm pushing off with this right side as I'm walking, this left side here, QL, is going to fire. This fires so that way I don't rotate through the low back as I walk. Meaning as you walk, run, and your typical everyday locomotion, that muscle is helping your low back stabilize and combat the rotational forces that your lower body is giving off, okay? So let's get into the stretch. Now when we do a stretch, I'm gonna go over the door stretch. I love the door.
I love lamp.
Because if you're tall enough, we'll help those shorter people out a little later. But if you're tall enough, you can take, if I'm gonna stretch the right side, the right QL, we're gonna grab the top of the door here, and I'm gonna take my other hand and push it against. So this hand's gonna kind of push away, this top hand's gonna kind of pull forward. So if you saw those guys doing those flag pulls where they hang up like this, that's the position you wanna be in. Now you can see that this side's elongated, so I'm gonna be focusing on stretching that right side. When I do that, I wanna make sure, again, I'm laterally flexed, right? This muscle laterally flexes, but that this foot is off the ground. So you can see that here I'm standing. I don't wanna hold it out. I wanna move out enough to where I can let this foot hang and dangle and relax. Now that I'm in this position, I'm gonna mess around by rotating a little bit to find that muscle exactly. Now how you're gonna find it is usually by rotating about 10, 15 degrees downward. Good, so I found it. I'm gonna relax this leg. Now we're in the stretch position, and you can hold this for an allotted period of time, 30 seconds to a minute, whatever it may be. But what we want to start adding as well is hip hiking. So this muscle will hike that hip up as well, okay? Now in that stretch position, we want to focus on bringing that up because not only will it help strengthen, but it helps get that blood flow and heal and activate the muscle so it communicates better with the brain through that stretch. Now, I like the door because as we're doing this, it pulls and it helps traction, right, my low back. If we're gonna do it on the wall, we can still get a good stretch. It's not going to traction the low back as much. But if we're on the wall, again, that right arm, if I'm stretching the right side, goes over, this arm goes in, I relax this, I'll rotate a little bit, and then I can hip hike from here. So get on it, because I'm telling you, it makes a huge difference for your low back. And this, even if you have low back comfort, even if this QL is not the source of your pain, which for many it is, but even if it is not, it will start to become a source of your pain because it's going to protect the low back all the time. So it can play a huge role in just adding to the dysfunction that you have. So give this a go, check it out. Let me know how it works. And again, guys, check out MVMTMentor.com for more online programming and online programs, or online programs and online training. Just check it out. Just do what I tell you. All right, peace.